Hi everyone, thank you for watching today. I'm going to be showing you how to make a baby romper, and I will be explaining everything I'm doing as the steps go. Right here I am showing you guys the stretch of the fabric. It needs to be going across the body. I'm sorry I did not show you guys the entire pattern, but I do make my own, and you can probably download a free one on either Etsy or Pinterest. But there are 4 parts to the body of the romper. There are 2 liners, and what I'm grabbing for right now is the cuffs. You need to cut 2 cuffs out, and there will also be 2 body pieces, one front and one back. The reason why I am cutting out the cuff right now instead of another piece of the body is because I like to waste as little fabric as I can. This is all organic fabric, and I just tried to save all of it. Right here I am just lining up the pieces as they go, and like I said, I'm just trying to avoid wasting any fabric. And this is a print that can go either way, so you can see me here flipping the pattern upside down or right side up, and that is again to waste no fabric. I am speeding this up a little bit just because you don't want to sit here and watch me cut every piece out, but I did want to show you that you can flip the pattern up and down depending on the print. One thing you do need to keep in mind when you are using a non-directional print fabric is you need to keep in mind of the stretch. So even though this can go either way, you need to make sure the stretch is going across the body and not up and down, otherwise it will not stretch over the child's body the correct way. Okay, right here I'm actually showing you guys, this is no-show poly mesh. I use this on my embroidery, applique shirts, and anything to do with embroidery basically. But I have decided that I'm going to start using this on my rompers as well. I used to use a different kind of stabilizer, but I've found that I actually like this one a lot more. And I just cut it to size, and I'm putting 1 to 2 layers on and heating it for about 7 seconds. And I repeat this step on all 4 pieces of the romper pattern. Moving on to cuffs, I'm showing you the stretch here. It goes sideways, not up and down. You want to fold it long ways, like I'm showing you. And I'm trying to show you the raw edge here coming up in a second. But you're going to want to serge this raw edge right here, and the fold is going to be facing you. Right here I'm showing you all 4 of the flaps, and you flip it inside out, and I'm straightening up the edges, the raw edges. And with this non-directional fabric, it's really easy because you don't have to worry about which way is facing you or the inside. With a directional fabric, you want the raw edges to be facing up, and when you're looking at it, you want the print to be the right way. And the reason I was showing you guys that clip a second ago is because I feel like those are the easiest things to use and they're the fastest. You can obviously use whatever clips you want, but to me it's about convenience. And I think I'm talking way too much, or I'm just not talking fast enough, but right there I was trying to show you that you need to serge the bottom part of the lining. And this is so that you can keep the raw edge from fraying. Also showing you that right here is where I put my tags. So this is the next step if you want to insert a tag. Now I am going to be laying right sides together, the liner on top of the back piece. You can do this in whichever order you want. I just always do the back side first. And I'm showing you that I clip each shoulder piece and the middle piece just for stability as I'm serging. You're going to want to serge up the shoulder, around the neck, and down through the other shoulder. Right here I'm showing you need to cut the corners at an angle. I'm doing this because when you go to flip the shoulder pieces out, you will have a clean, crisp corner. And at this point you're ready to begin sewing the front piece with the front liner. I have just grabbed the pieces and started sewing because I have made so many of these that it doesn't make sense for me to pin or clip. You go ahead and do whatever makes you feel happy. I'm showing you the corners. I've cut all 4 of them so that when I go to turn them inside out, they are all matching and they are all squared off. Right here, I am just lining up the front and the back pieces together, right sides together. And I'm showing you that I'm going to serge along the edge, from the top all the way down to the bottom. You're going to be doing it to the opposite side as well, and you will also be serging around the crotch area. You want to be careful not to sew where the cuffs will be going. What I'm showing you right here is the extra thread. What I usually do is just take a large eye needle and pull it through, and I just stick it down about an inch or so and pull it through. That way it doesn't come unraveled or come apart in the wash. And I do that to the other sides as well, and I also do them on each side of the cuff. Right here I'm showing you the stretch of the fabric. It needs to be going sideways. And this is the seam. You want to line that up on the inside by the crotch when you go to put the cuff in. You also want all raw edges to be lined up with each other. And then you're just going to go ahead and serge around in a circle. And repeat that to the other side as well. Okay, now that we have completed fully serging the entire romper, we're going to head over to the regular sewing machine, and I am going to show you how to connect the liner to the body. You want to fold it over and match the seams up like I'm showing you right here. And then you're just going to sew a straight stitch down the side seam. And you're going to repeat that on the other side as well. Right here I'm showing you to grab the top of the shoulder strap and pull it inside out. You will be using this corner turner, I think that's what it's called, and it will help you in making the corners nice and squared off. Go ahead and repeat that to all 4 straps. Now it's time to flip it inside out, see the results, and let's head over to the heat press. Now we're heading over to the heat press, and a lot of you are probably wondering why I use a heat press and not an iron. It's not because I haven't tried one and used it before. I just prefer the heat press. I feel like it gives a more polished, professional look in the end, and it's super convenient and easy. My heat press is on all the time because I use it on pretty much everything. I keep it at 315 degrees, and I don't have a certain amount of time that I press these for. It's just whatever I feel is right at the time. I'm putting my hands through the cuffs to make sure that the serged edges are all facing up and nice and flat. You want them to all be going the same way. You also want to roll out the edges like I am right here so that they are all nice and flat and everything looks symmetrical and pretty when you are done in the finished project. Now look at how pretty and flat that is just by using a heat press. Now we're going to be putting the holes in the shoulder straps, and I literally just poke 2 holes on each strap, and to make it easy I just overlap them. I don't measure anything, I kind of just eyeball it, but it's worked every time for me. And that was the reasoning behind putting the no-show poly mesh on in the very beginning of our project. And I use that because it's super soft and it just gives it more stability when the kid is wearing it so often. You're taking the cam snaps and you're placing them in there. Those are the front and back pieces. And there's a female and a male part. If you've ever used these, you know what I'm talking about. I literally do the same thing on each romper that I make. I always use the male part on the back, first step, and I use the female parts on the front of the romper. Now I'm showing you which way it goes. I put the pointy side in on the back. You always want the pretty part of the snap to be showing when it is pinned on the child. And you're going to repeat that process for the front straps. This is the female part. Now you are finished, and all you have to do is snap them together, and voila, you guys have made one of the baby rompers. And this one right here is a 9 to 12 month, and it is called the Mustard and Leaves Baby Romper. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys loved this tutorial. This was actually my first video. Please subscribe. And please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and go over to Instagram and Facebook and follow Being on Bliss. Thank you guys so much, and see you in my next video.